what's your name?
My name's Nguyen. Wade Kavanaugh.
This is such a fabulous work. I'm really fascinated. It's the first thing that attracts attention when you come to exhibition, and without this, it would be like very plain thing. It's just boost.
Yes.
It's so cool.
I think part of the idea is that it's a work in progress. That we're creating something that uh, has evolved over time.
So why yellow color?
So the work came out of a proposal that we had made. And the exhibition was supposed to be in California, and so we took this old growth tree form, which is like common in the vernacular of like the scale and the form that most like Californians will recognize. And then those during the Quebec wildfires, most of the East Coast turned to this like glowing yellow, and so in the place where we live, we actually had like some of the most beautiful sunsets you've ever seen.
Where do you live?
Stephen lives in Portland, Maine, and I live about an hour and a half north of there, but also in Maine. And so there's that like paradox of this like yellow haze, but that's producing these like absolutely amazing like natural phenomena. But knowing that beauty comes at the expense of the world being on fire, essentially.
And basically this work is trying to capture the idea of almost of an atmosphere more than an object. So it's becoming more and more abstract as we work on it. We have until the end of tomorrow.
Yes.
It's like a landscape in the middle of the exhibition.
Title just says proposal for a future forest, but this is like it's a very small vignette of like what will be a larger installation. And so if you or your audience is interested in our work, they should check out stripecanary.com, or our Instagram is @stripecanary, because it's like that's got all of our like truly immersive installations. This is like a tiny little taste for an art fair.
Tiny. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you always work in duo?
Yeah, for 18 years we've been collaborating.
Do you sell your work because it's installation? Is it possible to sell this kind of work, or it's just for the fun of art?
No, I think there are opportunities for artists that make this type of work that typically would be an institution or investor or something like that. But in our case, at this time we don't have any collectors, but there are other ways to keep a art practice moving and still be able to make things. And we've been really fortunate to be supported by a number of nonprofit foundations, museums, where we do something similar to this, where we'll be awarded an exhibition and we'll use the installation time as studio time. We make the work in situ.
And so we're not here like trying to sell this. Like I just just to make that totally clear, like we're here like we're taking advantage of the time, like Stephen said, to work together. And so that's kind of that time is just so precious that they also wanted to make the fair like more dynamic, and so they've got the printmaking workshops, they've got the camera workshops, they've got us working, and so it's not just about taking a commodity home with you, but it's about being a part of an atmosphere that's supporting art.
I love that. Great. Are you full-time artist or also doing something else?
Yeah, we both have jobs. Yep. Where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, for real? Oh, wow.
Actually, now that I realize it's blue and yellow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, actually.
Where do you find your inspiration? Do you have a favorite artist?
I think I'm drawn to light artists, like James Turrell or Robert Irwin. Creating environments of atmosphere.
The artists that have like down to their practice and phenomenology, I think like Robert Irwin is like really fairly significant, even though our work is like looks nothing like him, but just to follow up on your question and about artists, like we talk a lot about Robert Smithson's work, and that move from the land artist originally to get out of New York galleries and to make work in the landscape was fundamentally about making art that wasn't commodifiable. And installation art comes out of that thread conceptually.
For this work, did you make any sketch before doing this? Or
We have models, sketches, yeah.
what do you think about AI art?
I think the first reaction of most humans, to new technology is caution, and maybe a little fear sometimes if it looks very powerful and we don't know yet how to control it. But I'm coming from I'm a crafts person. I like to make things well, and so for me, I'm a little cautious of it too. But I think it's like anything else. It's a tool that we as humans can use, and there'll be abuse of it, and there'll be just amazing, magical things that happen. Yeah.
Oh, and AI. I mean, I think it's like fundamentally scary. I think
Scary?
yeah, it's scary.
Okay.
You know, if there is like the opportunity for it to self-generate, like that's terrifying. But like Steven, like try not to be afraid of new technology. Like try to work to embrace it. I think for a lot of artists and creative people, like they're seeing their entire works, like their entire life's work, get loaded into a database without any credit, and then, you know, I can say I want to do a interview just like Sophia, and then there it is, you know. And so it's like if there aren't people that are continuing to create, what happens?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.